Saturday morning here, getting ready for a salsa on St. Clair warm up. I'm going to be doing some salsa on St. Clair videos today. I still haven't booked my flight to Philippines. So if I know that's your first question you guys are going to ask. Yo, man, you guys you going to Philippines? No, haven't booked anything yet still. I haven't checked the prices even. Since I last checked the prices and I saw they were like 4,000. But then I went to Los Angeles. I did the flight from Los Angeles to Manila, and then I saw it was like 1,000. Maybe it's like, hey, maybe I'll just stop in Los Angeles for a couple of days and I'll fly from Los Angeles because it's only 1,000 bucks. So why is it people in LA they can fly to Philippines for 1,000 and I got to pay $4,000 in Toronto? Why is it so expensive? I know why it's expensive here in Toronto because we have a large super Toronto is like everybody in Toronto is from somewhere else and the airport is rammed up, so the cost of the flights from Toronto is extremely expensive. So obviously that's the reason why the flight from Toronto to Manila is so expensive. Where if I go to LA, the flight's only 1,000, whereas from Toronto it's like 4 or 5 times the cost. So even if I fly to LA, the flight to LA might even be expensive. Let's say I fly to LA, the round trip flight from Toronto to LA might be, 1,000 bucks. You know, so we'll see. We'll see on how to do it because it seems like, yeah, 4K. Yeah, it's a 4K, 4,000. That's why I'm like, before the pandemic, like I keep saying, I'm a broken record. It was just $1,000 to fly from Toronto to Thailand. $1,000. That was it. I could fly anytime I wanted. Let's say I was, especially if I didn't have like a job, right? I could just fly anytime. $1,000, you fly anytime you want. Now it's not like that. $4,000, like a lot of that $3,000 difference is the money that you would spend for your hotels, you would spend on your entertainment, this and that, right? That additional $3,000 that now is just totally going to airfare before when the flight was 1,000. So what I did is I was like, okay, well, maybe if instead of going to Philippines, I would fly to Thailand. Let's see how the flight to Thailand is. Hey, Rich Bang, what's up? Maybe I'll just fly straight to Thailand. Thailand flights, same cost. It doesn't matter. But I think here's the reason that I'm encountering some issues. Before, I would just book my flight. Oh, you want to go to Thailand? Just book the flight and go. I didn't do it like the way like a traditional traveler does it, where a traditional traveler will book the flight 4 weeks, not 4 weeks, 4 months in advance. That when I first went to Thailand, I think I booked my flight 5 months in advance. I booked my flight 5 months in advance. And that's so insane. Like half a year in advance, I booked my flight. That was the first time I went to Thailand. I was in, you know, I was in 2017. I booked my flight 5 months in advance. Can you believe that? That's so insane. But then I got used to just book. Hey, you want to go to Singapore? You want to go to the Philippines? Do you want to go to Thailand? Just book your flight, and then you go in 2 weeks. But that was before pandemic. That was before all these supply chain issues, all the issues with the layoffs associated with the pandemic, and now the price of the flights is just insane. Like I said, even from Toronto, the flight was only 1,000, and I know from LA, you could get the flight for maybe $600. Actually, back in the day, let me tell you, there was the Chinese Eastern flights, China Southern flights. You could fly from Toronto to Philippines for $500. This is before pandemic. $500. Toronto to AC for $500. But you fly through China, you know. Yeah, 6 months is too long, man. I don't like, a lot of people, they book their flight 6 months out and then you got to do the whole 6 months of waiting. Why do that? Just book your flight and go, right? Isn't it more fun to just book the flight, do all of the fun stuff of planning your vacation? So you book your flight and then you just go. I don't want to book the flight. Okay, let me be honest. I could be straight up. I could book my flight 6 months in advance and I could get it probably for maybe 12 to 1,500 bucks if I book the flight 6 months in advance. But who wants to do that? I'm not want to do that. I don't want to book my flight six. I hate that 6 months of waiting to go on your trip is so ridiculous. That's so stupid. Maybe I'm just used to doing it the old school way from before the pandemic, where you wanted to go somewhere, you just book your flight and you go. You say, oh, you want to go to Philippines? Just book your flight and go. Because you don't got no kids. I don't got nothing holding me back where I have to make a huge process to leave the country. Just book your flight and go. But anyways, yeah, you would do it to save 2,500. Yeah, it's a bit much, man. Yeah, I guess you. Yeah, I guess Paul, you make a good point. You could do it and wait your 6 months and you save the 2,500 bucks. You make a good point. That's a good point. You could definitely do that. I could see that. That would work for some people. But anyways, guys, today it's Salsa on St. Clair. I'm gonna do some vlogs. I realize my vlogs are not getting the type of impact they used to get. Obviously, because I was off for a long time. So when you off YouTube for a long time, you pay the price. Plus, I'm not doing it specifically on Thailand and Philippines topics. Like before, my vlogs were more Thailand and Philippines centric, and now they're not. But I'm just trying to keep it sustainable until I can get out of the country, and then I can change the focus of my YouTube channel to just straight vlogging in the Philippines, straight vlogging in Thailand once I get out of the country. But for now, I'm just gonna have to make it Toronto centric until I get out there. So today we'll go to Salsa on St. Clair. I have all these girls doing their little salsa dancing and all that. So yeah, we'll see what's up with that. Go to Salsa on St. Clair, and we'll see how that is today. It's gonna be good. There'll be a lot of chicks out there dancing and this and that on the street. And we'll see how good it is, and I'll do some little vlogging from there. And I hope you guys can enjoy it. You know, but thank you still for tuning in, Rich Bang and Paul. Thank you guys for tuning in. I've not been keeping up to date with what Barry's doing, so guy, I don't know what Barry's doing, and don't really care. I know I unsubscribed from Barry's channel, so I don't get his updates anymore. Ever since all that happened, I just stopped watching his channel. He's doing his thing. So okay. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning into my stream today. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some grocery shopping, and then I'm gonna head down to Salsa on St. Clair. So it's a big festival. I have my gimbal, not this gimbal, but I have my proper gimbal that I'm using right now, and I'll go down there and I'll do some good little vlogs for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it, and it's gonna be a lot of girls, a lot of short skirts dancing and twirling around and this and that. I'll try to make the vlog kind of interesting. I did have a couple other vlogs from Harborfront. You guys didn't like them much. Well, not you guys, but they didn't get a lot of impact. It's because in the Toronto space, there are a lot of Toronto like live streamers that walk around Toronto and do live streaming. So there's saturated. There's thousands of them. So that's why those type of videos don't get a lot of traction because there's just so many guys that walk around Toronto. Hey, I'll show you King Street. You know the street King, the street that Jeff Lapard does. He when he's in Toronto, he goes down to King Street, and you see how the hey Gene Massel, long time. I see. I actually Gene Massel, guys. I follow Gene Massel on Facebook, and I saw all of her travels. I saw her traveling all over. I saw you went to Thailand. So look at even Jean. She's going to Thailand. I'm not in Thailand. I saw her going to Thailand, and I follow all of her adventures in Hong Kong, and I follow all of her adventures on Facebook. I don't know if she even realizes that I follow her on Facebook because I followed her like a long time ago on Facebook. But you guys can follow her on Facebook. She's really nice, and I've been liking all of her photos when she's traveling around. So thanks for joining my stream. Yeah, Gene, I haven't been doing much of live streaming. I haven't been off YouTube for a long time. And I'm gonna go down to Salsa on St. Clair, and I'm gonna make some vlogs. I'm gonna use my little gimbal. I'm gonna edit up some little vlogs of Salsa on St. Clair. It's not gonna get a lot of views, but it's something to entertain myself, and I like it. And also, I will be trying to get everything set up to go to the Philippines or Thailand or somewhere, so that I can give you guys the content that you guys want. Like when I was in Philippines last year, we'll get you that good content that you guys are looking for. But anyways, this is Toronto Brad. You know, And yes, Keith Jenkins, salute. I've been seeing all of your updates, Keith, on the community channel. I saw your karma update come up on my feed. I wasn't able to join in, and I was actually at work when that popped up on my phone because I have you, of course, I have you on my alert, Keith Jenkins. But yeah. The problem with me, Keith Jenkins, is that if I'm not working, I'm sleeping. Like when I come home now, like I'm so tired. That's why you don't see me do any live streaming. Like I work and then I come home and then I'm out cold. Like I'll try to stay up and watch some Disney Plus or some YouTube or something, but I'll go out like light. Then I'll sit on my couch and then bam, I'm already falling asleep and snoring. But yeah, I did see it when I was at work, and of course I couldn't tune in at that time because my break was ending, so I had to get off my phone and I had to get back to work. As you understand, I'm a supervisor, manager at my job, and I have to manage employees. And so as soon as I finish my break, I'm back to managing people. I have to make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. So it's not always cracked up what it's cracked up to be. If you guys ever had that dream to be the boss at your workplace, I will say don't. It's not fun. I would rather be the employee. You know, being the employee is better than being the boss. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving you my real perspective because I'm giving you my perspective from being the boss to being the employee. Okay. So when you're the employee, when you want to go to Thailand, you just go to Thailand. You don't got to worry about no one to replace you. There's always someone to replace. But when you're the boss, your job is a bit trickier to replace. It's harder for you to travel. You need to have someone specifically trained to do exactly what you know. Whereas the employee just has a general skill. Anyone, it's like a plug and play situation. But when you're the boss, your job is harder to replace. So it's harder for you to go on vacation, harder you to go to Thailand, harder you to go to Philippines. But that's why that's why I had the perfect setup before the pandemic. I would just do sales jobs, work as a freelance sales guy, and then when it's time to go, I CNR, and then I'm out, and then that's it. Now I'm gone. Now you can't do that, when you're the boss, obviously. So make it a little bit trickier. You got to really plan your vacation out. You got to let your boss know. You can't just be like, that's it, I'm out, and then just gone. And then you're gone. You can't just do that, when you're the boss. So these are kind of little things that I encounter that cause a little bit of drama, and it makes you guys go after me. So then you guys are like, Brad, you said you were gonna be in Philip. Well, in my case now, the issue was before the issue was could I get the time off work? Then I was able to resolve the issue of the time off of work, right? And then what's the issue now? It's the cost of the flight. $4,000, $5,000. I'm like, I just can't realistically spend that much money on the flight. So before the situation was, man, I couldn't get time off work. I had to make sure someone's trained up. Now I have somebody trained up. I have two people trained up, three people trained up to take my job. That when I'm gone, there's someone to take my spot. But now the issue is the flight's $4,000. Are you insane? I'm not paying $4,000 for a flight. I already paid last year when I went to Boracay. I spent $3,200 for the flight. And now you're telling me I got to spend 4,000. So you're telling me in 1 year I'm going to spend $7,500 on flights. I just can't. It's just in my mind. I just can't do that. It's insane. And everybody comes on my channel. Did you book your flight? Did you book your flight? Man, I got to think about this, man. And $7,000 in what, a year and a half on flights is, it's a little bit much, man. Especially because I only make minimum wage. And gee whiz, man. Yeah. Yeah, Jean, of course. No problem, Jean. You're such a beautiful lady. Jean is a very beautiful lady, guys. If you guys are into beautiful Filipinas, I recommend that you follow her. And you can also follow her on Facebook. Her Facebook is the same as her YouTube. And you guys can follow her. She's a beautiful lady, and she's our age. She's not a young Filipina. She's like us. She's a middle-aged Filipina. And, you know, you know, and she travels all over the world: Hong Kong, Philippines, and Thailand, Cambodia. I think she traveled all over that, or Vietnam. I don't know, but she travels too. And you can follow her on Facebook and on YouTube, Jean Massal. So yeah, Josh in La La Land. What the hell, man? Yay! What the hell? I got Josh in La La Land in my chat. What the hell? I have one of the legendary YouTubers in my chat, man. Thank you for dropping in, Josh. Man, Josh is friends with one of the guys that I met when I was back in Thailand. A guy named John Kenny. When I went to Thailand, I think the first time was in 2017 or 2018. I went up and I met up with a guy named John Kenny in Thailand, and he's friends with this Josh. I think you're friends with John Kenny, right, Josh? You're friends with John Kenny. But anyways, he knows that guy, and I met him. That was one of the first students that I met, like as an expat. That was one of the first guys that I met when I was in Thailand, John Kenny. So yeah. Oh, boo-hoo! It's only $1,000. Okay, okay, man, $1,000. Okay, if it's $1,000, maybe I'm booking my flight today. If I see $1,000, where's my card? I have my Amex card here. I got my platinum. I got my platinum card. I got my platinum card. I'll book that flight, man. I'll book it. I'm ready to go, man. Oh man. So yeah, I'm ready to roll. It's one way. Jeez, come on. One way. So, you know, you know what I mean. So yeah. So yeah, as soon as everything is if I see something for $1,000, I'm gonna book it instantly, man. Like I said, I just got this new Amex card, this platinum card, and I'm ready to roll, man. So I'm gonna be able to I can book my flight. I'm gonna get my executive access lounge in the airport. I get all my travel insurance. I need refund issues, man. Phuket, it's off the hook. Phuket, yeah. I've been hearing some things about Phuket right now. So as you guys all know, the Russians, all of the Russians that don't want to be getting drafted are in Phuket right now. So I hear Phuket is not exactly the place, man. And you know, is not exactly the space, the spot that I want to be in right now with the Russians in there. Why would I pay the huge annual fee on that card and complain about life? It's not a big fee. What is the fee? I think I pay like $500, $600 fee. It's not that much. Is it that much? I don't know. It's on. They put the charge on the credit card, so I don't know. It's a big price, man. Yeah. Well, I also get it because it's a good the Platinum American Express card is a good card for travelers, like a guy that likes to travel. You want insurance, you want to have any issues with your hotel, issues with your baggage, any you want to get executive lounge access in the airport, you want to get express in the airport. There's a lot of benefits with the Platinum card, so that's why I got it. There's the Platinum American Express card. You can basically you can run wild. Plus, it has an unlimited credit limit, like unlimited credit limit. So you can buy a car with that, man. So you know yeah, it's unlimited credit limit. So it's a good card to have, man. If you were into, I think it's for me. I thought it was a good card to get, but I can get more. I'll see if I can get another one. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, the problem with Colombia is, of course, going to be the accommodation. In Thailand, you're getting a nice hotel. Obviously, in Colombia, it's going to be a little bit more sketchy, your accommodation. But the ladies in Colombia, depending on what you're into, they might be more your style. You might like those mulatto Colombian ladies. But yeah, the hotels in Colombia are not going to be great. Oh, it's not unlimited. Okay, well, I doubt I'm going to be. So would they investigate my flight? I just got it. So if I book my flight, are they gonna let me book my flight with it? I'm assuming they're gonna let my flight. The point of getting it, they did an employment check on me. They do what do they do? They did an employment check. They of course they do a credit check. So I'm assuming that I would be able to book my flight. Like, man, my other credit cards were like 50,000, $60,000 credit limits. I don't think that this is going to be a big deal. It's not a big deal, but that's what I was. My preferred card to make the the flight booking on would have been that card. You know. So it's my preferred card for doing any travel booking because I want to have that access for my hotels, airport, and insurance. But I have other cards too, right? It's not just like the only one. I have my what other cards do I have here? I have another one. This is the Amex. Got another. This is the Visa. This is from my bank here in Canada. Got what else? I have also another Bank Amex one here. Bank Amex card. So there's another Bank Amex card as well. And so this one is like unlimited again, not unlimited, but like 15,000, 10,000, 20,000 credit limit. Then I have Mastercard. I can't show all my credit cards here, but my debit. A lot of them are my debit cards. Anyways, Wise card. What's a Wise card? Oh, really? Eh? For big purchases. Man, Gatman, you're a wealth of knowledge, man. I'm learning a lot of stuff from Mr. Gatman today. I didn't know all of this stuff. Gatman, what's your background besides Gats? You got some deep knowledge, man. I'm like, I think that I'm always a pretty well versed guy, but Gatman has given me some deep insight into the credit card business here. And I did not know all of this stuff that Gatman is telling me. So they'll auto decline. So you're telling me when I book my flight is going to be about $4,000. If I book my flight $4,000 and I need to book it on my credit card, and I was planning to do it with the Amex, you tell me they're going to auto decline it when I'm booking my flight? you know, Give me a break. Oh man, that's insane, man. Well, anyways, I'll still book the flight. If I have any issues, I can just use my bank card. Oh, it's a preload card. Okay, Wise card. It's very useful in Asia. The Wise card. Okay, sure, I can get one of those. Wise card. Okay, it's useful in Asia. Worst case scenario, Gatman, I just use my bank credit cards. I see. I see. I see. Okay. They do let you. This is different. This is a different type of Amex than other Amex, right? They let you carry a balance. So most time when you have an Amex, depending on if your Amex is with the bank or it's directly with the Amex bank, they let you carry a balance. Most time, when you get Amex, usually on the following billing cycle, you have to pay the balance, right? But these ones, you can carry a bit of a balance. They let you carry like a 20K balance on the card. So you don't actually have to pay everything back right away, and you can go over 20K. So like I said, it's unlimited. So let's say you bought a car with it, like you say, maybe you have to call the gentleman to book on your Amex card to buy the card on your Amex, but you can. That's the way it was explained to me, and you just have to pay the balance immediately back over 20,000. So anything over the 20,000, you have to pay back, and then you can keep the rest on your card and pay the balance over time. But anyways, I don't know, Gatman, you are the you are the knowledge bank on credit cards. Like I'm just learning so much from you right now in my live stream. I'm learning from one of the guys that's in my chat, and it's really good information, man. Thank you for giving me a Keith Jenkins. Yeah, maybe I should turn off all my credit cards. That might be a good suggestion as well. So yeah, but anyways, this is life. It's not an issue about this. The money is there. We got, like I said, I have plenty of money, so it's not an issue of the bank is gonna allow me to spend my own money. But that's one thing. Here's another thing. So you know that I've gone off on the banks before about spending your own money. So when you accumulate money, okay, this is something that I've noticed in the past. Then once you accumulate money, that money is not your money. So this is where I go off on the globalist banking cabal, Soros, the one percenters, and all of these guys that want to control every aspect of your life. So you've made your money, you've worked, and now they want to know every detail of your life, what you're spending on, just to access your own money. That's why, I'm trying to go to Bitcoin. I'm trying to remove a lot of this financial control and regulation that the government and the one percenters are putting on my own money. Like they're like, you can't do this, you can't do that with your own money. And it's like, it's insane. It's like, that's my money. And then you realize that you're just a pawn in a much bigger scheme where Soros and Klaus Schwab, World Economic Forum, are trying to dictate what you can or cannot do with your money. So as you guys have already heard, World Economic Forum, they're doing their thing right now where they're saying that they want in the next 60 years that only a small portion of the population of the planet will be able to own a car. So if you're not in this specific section, so they're saying their plan is in about 70 years, their plan is that only the specifically small percentage of the population will be able to have an electric car, and everybody else is going to have to take like transit or something, you know. So mhm. So yeah, they want to limit the amount of personal like luxury items that people can buy in the West. So that's the plan of the World Economic Forum. And you guys who don't understand what the World Economic Forum is, maybe you guys need to investigate it because they do want to have an undue control over the populations in the West. They are involved in a high degree of social engineering in the West. So you saw what's happening in France, right? You guys watch what's happening in France. So what's happening in the France is a result of the policies of the one percenters, right? We can say that what's happening in France is a direct result of the one percenters. So what are the one percenters doing? The one percenters are the guys, they're 1% of the population, okay? And they control what, 60, 70% of the wealth. So in order for the population, sorry, for the wealth of a nation to increase, the GDP, the top line level growth has to increase, right? So what does that mean? So the one percenters, the banking elite, they need to do something to push the GDP levels up. What can they do when the populations within their countries are all, into feminism, LBGQT, man on man love, and all this stuff? The population's not growing. So what is the solution? For these are the policies that they support. These are social engineering concepts that they support and push. So what happens? Population is flatline or decreasing. So what you're going to have now is you have at this time now you have a mass of migration into a France, into UK, into Europe from Africa and from the Middle East. So basically France right now, I think France right now, their population is running around 15, 16% is African or North African or something like that. It's insane. So France has like almost 1/5 of France's population is like African, and they don't feel like they're a part of it, but they are required by the 1% because they need to get that top line GDP growing. And this is the case in all the Western countries that are trying to grow their GDP. Now, if you look at China, their population is going to go down because they don't have no immigration, and it's going to affect Poland. A lot of the Eastern European countries that don't have any like real immigration, their populations are going to go down. And what's going to happen is countries like France and Germany are going to just run right over Poland because their population is going to be huge, and they'll be able to swallow these Eastern European countries up because they need the land because they're going to have these massive populations. So these countries like Poland that think they're, but anyways, But you can see it's the 1%ers, it's the banking elite that are causing all the problems in France. Soros and all company, WF, they're the ones causing it. They're going to cause problems not just for the Western European countries, but the Eastern European countries too. And that's why you're seeing this kind of a friction going on between Eastern and Western powers right now in Europe. And it's going to be nasty. And yeah, the US is lucky in a way that it has like a naturally okay birth rate, but it also has good immigration from Asia and from Latin America. So the US population is going to keep, and also, yeah, its natural population birth rate is very good. So the US is going to be okay. But Western Europe, those guys, they're going to go down the tubes and it's going to be nasty. I'm just giving you guys that from my perspective, just giving you guys a little bit of my thought on how these banking elitists, and like I said, another thing that they do is like that a deep control over your personal finance. You know, they want to know, like Gatman was just saying, they want to know every little thing that you buy, but you're like, why? And then and then here's the funny thing, they'll tell you that, hey, everybody wants to be like us, free and democratic, but at the same time, they want to know every detail about your life. It's like totally, like it's total overreach. What would you call it? Like a government overreach into your personal life. Like why? You know. So this is just the society that we live in, and we accept it, and nothing we can do about it. We just live and learn, I guess. This is hardball in the big leagues, man. I've gotten used to it. It's all good. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying. I'm gonna go salsa on St. Clair today, so you guys will be able to check that out. You guys will see it, and I hope you guys gonna enjoy that. You're gonna see a lot of pretty girls dancing. I'll do a few vlogs, and yeah, they were telling me the flights to Thailand or Philippines only $1,000. Maybe I might look into the flights when I get back home tonight. I'll take a look into the flights, and if it's $1,000, I will just book the flight one time, and I will go there. Actually, Gatman, I forgot to mention to you, Gatman, I can book my flight off of the Amex website, so I don't think there's going to be any issue. I can actually book my flight off of the Amex website, so I don't have to. I don't think you're gonna, that issue that you were saying that they could try to decline my flight booking or anything like that. I don't think that's the case. I can book my flight directly off of Amex, and I can do that, and I can also book my hotels off of Amex as well. So I don't think it's gonna be like a big issue. Like you were saying, I was kind of like, hey, they're gonna stop me from booking my flight if I'm trying to book my flight. Why would Amex do that? Like, they give me a no limit card that they want to investigate every little transaction that I'm doing. But this is, like I said, this is how we live here in the West now these days, with these governments and financial institutions and these 1%ers seeking to have ultimate control over our lives and stuff like that, man. Yeah. So where am I headed in Manila? If in Manila, my plan is I'm going to be at Greenbelt 3. That's where I stayed last year when I was in Manila. I stayed at Greenbelt 3. So I'll stay there. And I already know where the hotel I want to stay at. I want to stay at the Makati Diamond Residences at Legazpi. It's right opposite the Greenbelt 3 entrance in Manila, right by Ayala. It's right by all of the action in Manila, P. Virgos and all that good stuff. I might spend 2 or 3 days in Greenbelt and Makati, and then I'll head over to Pampanga. Might do a trip over to Subic Bay, and also I may go to Cebu. So we will see. Nita is not a fan of me going to Cebu. I can tell you that. Every time I say Cebu, she goes upset. She's like, "You are not going to Cebu." She's like, I know you have someone in Cebu and you are not going there. So I don't think I'm going to get to Cebu, but I'll definitely go Pampanga, maybe go Olongapo, I'll go Subic Bay, Manila, Makati, Quezon, that kind of thing, man. Yeah, I'm not allowed to travel the streets of Cebu, man. Yeah. I saw your comment, Gatman. I saw your comment there, Gatman. It's all good. I saw your comment. I never turn off my credit cards when I'm overseas. I always keep them on. My banks even tell me that when you travel overseas, yeah, you don't have to call us to let us know you're overseas. We'll know it's you, and yeah, we're not gonna stop your cards or anything like that, which is good because I need access to money. If I'm overseas, I need to put, I gotta pay, and Gap man, here's a funny thing. Let me tell you, when I'm in Philippines or I'm in Thailand, I'm the worst guy for banking, man. I'm the worst guy because every day, I go to the ATM and on Soy Bacau, I'll go and I will withdraw the money from the bank machine every day. So every day, what I usually used to do when I was in Thailand or when I'm in Philippines, I will withdraw 5,000 baht or 5,000 peso. I will just go to the bank machine every day, and then that's my spending money for the day. So I do that every day. Now imagine I'm in Thailand and I was there for like 28 days. So every day I'm getting a huge $7 charge for 30 days. That's like easily I spend about $250 in bank charges just because I go to the bank every day and I pull out the money. I spend $250 just in bank charges. But I just don't feel comfortable with like having a lot of money on me at any one time. So it's better for me. I just feel more comfortable just doing it that way, and just taking out the whatever 5,000 or 10,000 baht one time, and then I just hold on to that money, or 10,000 pesos one time. I just hold on to it, and then if I need to, I can go the next day and get some more, or I can make it last 2 days. So sometimes if you take out 10,000 peso, or if you take out 10,000 baht, you can make that money last longer than 1 or 2 days, right? You can make it last a couple of days, right? So that's usually what I do. So every day or every other day, I go to the bank machine, and I was wondering if people will be like, this guy is such a pattern. He goes to the bank machine, and the one thing that I do when I'm in Pattaya is I go to, I don't know how many of you guys know, in Pattaya they have a mall. It's right on the beach. It's called Central Festival, and on the beach road. I don't know if you guys go there, but in the mall, it's like a multi-level mall, and at the bottom they have like a food court, and then they have a second level. They have some food options, and then they have a level where they have all the banks in the bank in the mall. And at the bank, they always have the dude with the gun. He's right there at the bank, so I always feel very safe, and I just go there. So every day when I was in Thailand, if I wasn't going on Soy Bacau, I would go to a Central Festival. I go to the fourth floor and I would draw my 10,000 baht, and I feel fine. I take out my 10,000 baht and I'm good, and that's enough for me for a couple of days, and then I just do my thing. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, of course, Gatman. I know that's we always I'm gonna have at least access to have at least 100,000 when you travel. I know guys that when American guys, the American black guys, like they will travel to Latin America and they have nothing. What was that guy? I forgot. Jay Rella, the realist in Philadelphia. He went to Dominican Republic. He booked his flight, and then when he got to Dominican Republic and Haiti, he had no money. And then the dude, so you guys can Google this up on the YouTube. When he got to when he got into Cuba, he was trying to get his flight home, but he missed the flight. He had to rebook. He had no money, and he went on YouTube and he was begging for money. So yeah, if you check out a lot of these the black guys that go to Latin America, like Colombia and Dominican, I'm sure there's more YouTubers like that in the states that are just they have no money and they should have no business traveling. If you can't even book $100 flight from Dominican to Miami, then you got some problems, homie. You should not be traveling. If you can't book a flight $100 from Dominican to Miami to get your ass home, Jay Realist in Philadelphia, you shouldn't be traveling, man. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna be doing some vlogs today. I'm gonna go on Salsa and St. Clair, and I'm gonna be doing some vlogs. A lot of pretty ladies dancing, short skirts. I got my gimbal now. I can get some good angles. I'll vlog it up. I'll do front to back. so you guys get a full perspective. And when I get back home, I'll check out the flights. You guys are saying it's only $1,000. If it's $1,000, I'll book my flight. I'll get the hell out of Toronto, and I will see you in the Philippines or Thailand, somewhere hot and spicy. But for now, I'm gonna just shut it down, and I'm gonna thank you guys for tuning into my live. I'm heading down to Salsa on St. Clair. I gotta get myself ready. I gotta go do some groceries. I will see you on the next one. Gapman, thank you for so much knowledge that you gave me on the credit cards today. I didn't realize that yes, Go Hard Brother, what's going on? Yeah, I was just telling these guys. We were actually Go Hard Brother, Gapman was just, if you review the chat, Gapman was just telling me what the nefarious monkey business that these credit card companies do behind your back. I was telling them that I got this Amex Platinum card. Like it's like one of the top level cards. I think there's only a couple of cards maybe you can get that's better than the Platinum card. So they gave me a Platinum card, and it has no limit. He said, when I got it, they say, oh, it's no limit. It has no limit. You can spend whatever you want. You could buy a car, you can buy a house with it, whatever you want, right? You can buy a house with this credit card, whatever. So Gapman tells me now that no, that credit card, any little transaction, they want to monitor, and they want to critique and scrutinize every transaction that you do with that Amex card. And I was like, what? But I bought this credit card so I could get my travel insurance. I can get my airport express access, airport lounge, all of that travel goodies, booking your hotel with discounts and points on the website, the Amex website, all of that shit. And now he's telling me, no, they want to scrutinize, they want to do this. I'm like, what? But anyways, I have more than one, thankfully. I have more than one credit card, obviously. But, it's kind of a shocker to me, but we'll see. We will see what I can do for the traveling. But if I come home, when I come home tonight, and I'll check out the prices on the flights, if I see anything in like the $1,500 range, I will snap it right up one time. There'll be no issues, man. I will snap it up. But anyways, guys, I think that it's time for me to shut it down. So thank you guys for tuning into my my live stream. I'm going to Salsa in St. Clair. I'm going to be making some vlogs from St. Clair, maybe 1 or 2 vlogs I'll make. I don't know if somebody's going to be with me or I'll be by myself. Either I'm with my friend, the rich guy. I'm usually hanging out with that rich guy, the rich guy from York Mills. What's his name? Forgot the guy's name. Steven, White Steven. You see him in some of my videos. You'll see him, the rich guy. Just kind of walks kind of funny. He's kind of like that kind of guy. He's multi-millionaire guy. He's rich guy. And if not, I'm not with him. I'm with my other buddy, my buddy from like a West Indian background. We go down to Salsa on St. Clair. Check it out. It's a hot day today, man. You can see I'm ready. You can see the sheen. It's a hot day today, and I don't have air conditioning. So hot in Toronto, and I'll be heading down to Salsa on St. Clair. I'll be doing some vlogs. I know it's not getting the same kind of traction that like my Philippines vlogs were getting or my Thailand vlogs, but just something different for you guys to check out. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you guys for tuning into my my live stream today. And go hard, brother. Hope everything is good, man. And Boohoo, thank you. And I will check out the Wise Card, Boohoo. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll see you guys when I'm live again. Take care, guys. Peace out.